Welcome to the University of Marriage podcast, where Apostle Folorunso Alakijar answers your most pressing questions on love, commitment, and navigating marital vows.
Well, one thing is you can't force him. He should be talked to by nobody else but you. You sit down, let him know what you're going through if he's not fully aware of what you earn, how you're spending your money, and you'd appreciate it if he can please help you to finance this obligation that she has to her parents. I believe that she can always find a soft spot in him once he realizes that this is the issue on hand, letting him know that he obviously has to be her first port of call, that she doesn't want to go and ask friends to help her out with that because, I mean, everybody has needs, everybody has their own expenses and obligations to their families too. So he's the first person that she can ask. And if she asks him nicely, I'm sure that he'll think about it and do it. He might even say, oh, why have you kept quiet all this time? You never know. But one thing is for sure, she should pray about it before she asks him, because prayers do open doors. At least he's speaking his mind. His wife is bullying him. We can't say bully her back. Of course not. I wonder why that is so. He hasn't given us much information, but here we go. I think they need to have a sit down. They need to talk. Communication is very, very important in every marriage because it's like pouring cold water into a hot pot or into hot water, and it calms the nerves, calms everything down. I believe that they should have that discussion. Let her know how he feels. And I'd love to know what her reply would be. Why would she want to bully him? However, one thing is for sure, and that is that he can't say he's keeping it inside of him, because that's indirectly what he's saying indirectly. And he doesn't want to do anything about it, he doesn't want to talk about it because of the children. Now, when you have anger pinched up inside of you, stuff that you don't like that's piling up inside of you, one day will be one day when you will burst. Burst in the sense that you'll just say, I can't take this anymore. Who knows whether it'll get into the person's head and react very badly, negatively. He could start hitting her. Who knows? That's how some of these abuses start, that end up sometimes with dead bodies on the floor. We don't want that. So I think that when we nip things in the bud at the early stage, it can solve a lot of problems and put the devil where he belongs. So when you talk about it, it'll calm nerves, it'll sort the matter out, and you don't need to keep saying, oh, it's because of the children that are around. Supposing the children weren't around, would you have given her a big butt? Heaven knows what you could do. Because the devil's always around trying to fuel people's anger. So I wouldn't carry on doing that if I were you. Sit down, have a chat, and lower your tone, of course, because if you're talking with anger in your heart and it gets out, it could lead to something that you don't want or you didn't plan for. So have a discussion. And I'm sure that she's not mad. She will listen. She'll understand where you're coming from. And you can balance it out. Of course, you can't be having arguments in front of the children. Shouldn't. Absolutely not. So I think that's the best way out. Nip it in the bud. Clear it all out. Let her know how you're feeling. And just pretend as if it didn't happen, because you have to forgive her. And I'm sure she'll ask for your forgiveness as well. But use the right tone. God bless you. That first question does suggest to me that he must have asked God before he married her. And when God said, yes, go ahead, marry her, that he must have assumed that because God said that, then it means that the marriage is going to be smooth sailing till death do them part. God never said that. And he too should go and remember their marital vows, for better or for worse. It could be either way. God isn't saying that because you get into financial challenges somewhere along the line, that it wasn't his will for you to marry that woman. No. But for your wife to be reacting the way she's reacting, because I'm assuming that she's behaving as if she's the head of the family, you have to call her to order. Let her know that because she's suddenly and currently earning more than him at this time does not make her the head of the family. And I think that maybe he too is thinking it. I hope he's not having an inferiority complex because of it. We need to talk again. They need to sit down and talk about it. Because you're financially down does not mean that you're incapable of being a man in the house. Being a man in the house is not all about money. There's a lot more to being a man about the house. God made you the head in the family. So you need to sit your wife down and let her see reason that God created her as his helper. For the time being, she's helping out. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because he lost his job for now, or his business is not making money for now, does not mean that his role is out of the window. No, absolutely not. He's still head of the family. What they should be doing is definitely praying together about it so that he can become financially buoyant again. It's a phase. It's a phase that they're going through as a family. And they should hold each other's hands to solve the issues. It's not that the role of head and helper should now change. There should be mutual understanding concerning what they're going through now, and they should both take it to the Lord in prayer. And I believe that the woman has a higher obligation to take the matter to God in prayer, asking God to please step into her husband's matter to be able to function in the home financially. And that doesn't mean that he should take his eyes off all his other obligations. Oh, this thing is broken. You can help to mend it. Just an example. You must take almost everything to the Lord in prayer. When something is down, both of you are down. So together you must lift it up to make things work. So don't think that your wife is lording this over you, lording that over you. Sit her down and talk about it. Let her see what God is saying about the matter. And what God is saying about the matter, to my mind, is that you're in this together, for better or for worse. It's the two of you. And that's why they say that it takes two to tango. The two of them must get involved in whatever issues or problems that come up during the journey of their marriage. It's still death do us part. That's what they say. That's what the Bible says. So, the fact that it's like this with you for now doesn't mean that you're already sunk. No, absolutely not. Together, resurface. She's just helping out. Don't see it as being bullied. And if that's what she's doing, correct her. And I'm sure she'll stand to reason. Maybe she doesn't realize what she's doing and how it's affecting you, even mentally. I think you should have that talk. And I'm sure she'll see reason and behave better. I think it's a very good idea. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. And when you do that, your spouse-to-be should also do that. It should be reciprocated. Because, let me ask you, for instance, supposing she had some property somewhere and you didn't know about it, and you have already opened up everything that you have, let her know. She too should do that. If you find out later on, I don't think you would like it. It would seem somehow as if she's hiding something from you. Both agree that you should do this. It's a way of being open to one another, showing that you trust one another. This is me. This is all I am. And she should do the same. So you're coming together at the beginning, right from the start. Not letting anything be inside of any one of you that seems as if they're hiding things. I think it's a good idea. It would be great. Good for you for thinking it. I hope today's conversation has been a blessing to you. Remember, marriage is a journey of commitment, love, and faith. Join me every Saturday for new episodes where I'll continue answering your most important questions. Please don't forget to send your questions to the information display on the screen. Thanks for watching. See you next Saturday.